So, as a wrestling fan, the build to WrestleMania has a great second half, which is referred to as the build to Summerslam. Now, depending on how you want to look at wrestling, if you look at WrestleMania as the season finale, you kind of hit a lull post-WrestleMania. So you almost can say that the new season really truly begins, scoot up a little bit closer. The new season doesn't truly begin until you hit SummerSlam. And actually, Battleground was pretty good, and going into SummerSlam, it's actually been really, really good. We begin, of course, with Rollins, because that's how you begin Raw. Talking about how he's the man who smashed the face of the face that runs the place. I will say his new shirt, beautiful. Perfectly designed, just right place, right time. But that is his Suplex City shirt. They did a bit with, the face of John Cena, and someone was talking, it's a stupid thing, but they did it for a dramatic effect. So people come down to challenge him, which then leads to an awesome triple threat match. Who came down to challenge him? Well, Cesaro was one of the guys. Other guy was some guy named, I think, Kevin something. It's hard to tell because he had this really impressive start and then he hasn't really done much since then. Yeah, Kevin Owens. The other guy was some dude who used to be in the Authority, Orton. And they had a really solid triple threat match. I will say, ironically, I don't know who's been booking the shows recently, but it seems a lot like we're getting some really good wrestling and easy storylines. Wait a minute. Storylines that are simple and make sense in good in-ring competition. Man, this almost sounds like a wrestling show. So a triple threat match is awesome, which then leads to a main event that is Orton and Rollins. These two guys know each other very well. They have a botch spot where Rollins is going for the pedigree on Orton. Looks like, as they're backing up to the ropes for the backdrop spot, looks like Orton kind of loses his footing, he gets kind of slide out of the ropes. So then then Rollins kind of goes for, I'm going to give you a pile driver, which we haven't seen since Punk did it to Cena. And then we get to see the good old fashioned again. Okay, now we're going to see the end spot. Rollins jumping off the top rope, eats a midair RKO. 1, 2, Sheamus interference. Oh. I kind of forgot. I haven't really seen Sheamus in a while, who may or may not be recovering from a concussion. Sheamus sees a laid out Rollins, goes for the cash-in. But the cash-in is kind of slow, because Orton shows up and strikes at Sheamus. Alright. Nice beginning, nice middle, nice end. What else do we have going on? Barrett took on Neville, and they heavily played up Red Arrow, Green Arrow, and this is, of course, when Stardust came down to attack Neville, which then led to Stardust getting in the face of Amel. Amel then, like American Ninja Warriors, his way into the ring, begins to attack Stardust. Gee. Barrett and Stardust. Well, if they'll have a tag match against Neville and Amel. Yep. Red Arrow and Green Arrow are going to take on Stardust. And King Barrett. Which kind of, because the King gimmick is kind of cartoonish in nature. Okay, unless you want to go with like the Robin Hood and an English King, that kind of works too. There's a lot of things that's interesting. I do think this is going to be a unique thing because Stephen Amell was actually supposed to be at a Saturday and Sunday in WizCon the weekend of SummerSlam. And then he had to pull out of Sunday due to a prior commitment. And I was like, man, that Sunday actually is WrestleMania. Oh, man, his prior commitment is probably something to do with SummerSlam. My WrestleMania by mistake. It happens. Think of this show as being done live, so he'll be there for Summerfest. They did a 3-on-3 Divas tag match. Team Bella versus Team Bad. Overall, it's a very good match. This was a hot Seattle crowd, which makes all wrestling awesome when you have a hot crowd. They wanted Sasha. They got Sasha. Sasha gets in the ring, does a great job. She tags out. Crowd's kind of like, but we want Sasha. On both teams, you have two good workers and two not so good workers. So what's our finish? It's Tamina and Brie. Crowd stood behind Brie because she's Daniel Bryan's wife. The finish sees Tamina miss a super kick wildly. Yeah, my phone is not charging. And after she misses that kick wildly, you see a roll-up by Brie. 1, 2, ref, Tamina's shoulders are not square to the mat. 3. Oh, okay. And then Team PCB, because I guess submission sorority just didn't work. I guess you can't put that on a t-shirt. Make a jump in after Team Bad begins to just annihilate Brie Bella. The other three come down. They need to stop the Becky Lynch Charlotte double dropkick spot. They are way too different sizes. It doesn't quite work out very well. Double clothesline spot, sure, but not double dropkick. It doesn't seem to gel quite perfectly. They both hit good dropkicks. They just can't seem to sync it up just quite right. 9 divas in the ring, they all work really well. Tamina and Brie still kind of seem out of place, which is sad because Tamina's got this tremendous legacy, this great pedigree. She could totally have been built to be a Charlotte or a Natalya. But I don't know if she doesn't get enough ring time, or but she doesn't seem to quite gel as well with some of the other divas. And Brie works well in the structured match, but it seems they're doing the beatdown spots. She has moments where she kind of just looks like, so do I hit her? Do I hit her? Do I wait to get hit? But beyond that, great, and they're setting up for a 3-on-3-on-3 elimination Divas tag match. I'm like, all right, that should be good. However, this is now the second pay-per-view in a row where Nikki Bella is not going to defend her title. So I guess she'll beat AJ by default because she probably won't defend it for a little while. I think the next pay-per-view is I want to say Night of Champions is just after she breaks AJ's record, which would be great because she really hasn't defended the title all that much. Los Matadores took on the New Day. New Day was victorious, and they're like, That's it. We're going to feud for the tag team champions again. Oh, man. Hey, we want some New Day. Hey, we want some New Day. I'm like, all right, this is good stuff. Good stuff. And they've got a match with PTP. All right. So it's Los Matadores. All right. So it's Lucha Dragons. All right. Fatal 4-way. All right. You couldn't throw in Ascension. And I think that they're in Brooklyn. There's these two guys. They're the realest guys in the room. How you doing? Man, it'd be a great time to have those guys show up. Man, maybe they could replace one of those other teams. How you doing? Haven't gotten the call yet, so. Then a lot of recap when it came to here's what's going to happen when Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker try to kill each other during a 4-hour pay-per-view. And nice build-up. They'll show the Charlotte package they showed on NXT, as well as they hype NXT, which is good because it's Bayley versus Becky Lynch. Winner of that match goes on to take on Charlotte the night before SummerSlam at the NXT Live Network special event. But the sad thing is, all these storylines are easy. They all make sense. and you've got good in-ring competition. Why is it so hard to do like year-round? They continued the Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose versus the Wyatt family bit. And you know what? I enjoy seeing Ambrose take on Harper. You've got a big dude who hits hard, you've got a smaller guy who hits hard. And they take these ridiculous hard hits and they hit each other hard. Nice match. With the addition of Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns on the outside was great. Seeing Bray chase down Dean to eat a Superman punch, good. They worked those two guys on the outside well. They're continuing to build the match. It works. And it's simple.